So my people, Sowore was in court today over DSS cybercrime defamation charges against him for calling Bola Ahmed Tinubu a criminal. Not only that, you can't even believe what Sowore said in this particular video, especially how Arise news anchor died because of insecurity. So according to Sowore, he said that Nigeria has done their duty. My people, look at what is happening all over the place when it comes to insecurity. The Nigerian government keep chasing shadows. Anyway guys, I would love you guys to hear what Sowore said in this particular video, and do well to drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do well to click the subscribe button, like and share this video. So guys, watch this video and I'm going to be right back.
Affecting Meta, that's Facebook, and I think the same thing applies to Twitter, and of course it applies to me, because there was no disclosure of any offense. If you see the charges they served me, they have one page of proof of evidence, and that was a picture, a still picture they grabbed, a screenshot from whatever they get of Tinubu standing in front. That's not proof of evidence. They did not even, I don't want to teach them what to do, because I know they will still come and fumble again next time. Then the most important thing that ought to have been done, which was to serve me, they refused to serve me. They were hoping that they come and ambush me in the court. They did not want to serve me because they are afraid that I will prepare for trial.
I decided to come.
But I decided to come because even cases that don't concern me, I come to this court to attend to them. So, what is important, Nigerians, is that our focus on how to fix this country is our inalienable right, and it's sacrosanct. In the process of doing that, we will not spare anybody, because we are 200 million people. And we deserve good governance, we deserve attention, we deserve accountability, transparency, we deserve the basic minimum standards of democracy and tenets, one of which is freedom of speech. You cannot litigate against us in any court or criminalize it. Even the man, the drunkard in the FCT, nice or Wike, who said an American has never called Trump a criminal, was presented with over 1,000 videos. The DSS claims that it's their job to protect the president. It's their job to protect him, but it's not their job to police free speech in Nigeria. That one is not. The DSS takes its inspiration from the Secret Service in the US, which exclusively protects the president of the US. The Secret Service has never filed a lawsuit against an American who said Trump is this or that, because they use America. That's what I'm using. But let's even concede, without admitting, that they don't do it in America. We can do it here. Because Americans don't have our type of problems. Americans have schools, they have functioning hospitals, they have great jobs, there's no unemployment. So Americans can decide to be complacent about calling out their leaders. We haven't gotten to where America was in 1900. So our own circumstances are different. And we must approach it with the tenacity and the ferocity that is required to ensure that those who claim to be our leaders, whether they rig themselves into office or they seize power, we hold them to account. And I'm saying this, that even under the military, when the military will seize power through a martial music, we confronted them, even though we didn't appoint or elect them. So how much more the so-called civilian regimes in the country who supposedly were elected by a constitution that they uphold all the time, even though I don't believe in that constitution, but that's all they have for now. So I just want to make it very clear, and it's very important for all of you, particularly in the media, that no offense has been committed, and the trial could not continue today because there is no way you can prosecute an offense that does not exist. They disgracefully brought the DPP of the Federation to come and personally oversee this case. The reason why he came is they forced him here. That's why he was unprepared. He did not know that I have not been served, because I think he was arrested and bundled here. Because I found out in their initial charge that they published in the public that he refused to sign off on the charges. He was not consulted. But the DSS had to force him to come here because they know me since 2019. Their lawyers cannot face me. So they have brought the DPP, and the DPP must learn a hard way.
Exactly.
That's the rule.
Exactly.
Yes.
From this concept now.
Yes.
Let's go into some
Yeah.
and look at the police have actually reached out. What's the reaction you expect now?
I reacted last night, and let me send my condolences to her family and our co-workers. I knew, even without having been told, that she's a victim of Nigeria.
Yes.
Nigeria happened to her. I was reading on my way here, I've not confirmed, that they robbed every flat in that building. They called the police. Police did not show up until after she had jumped out of her window, gotten injured, and had no emergency support. She was found alive by the police, but when she asked to be taken to the hospital, the police said they had no fuel in their car. Maybe, if the police had not allowed their car to be stolen by a thief, maybe that car could have helped her to get to the hospital.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Exactly true.
So
yes, now.
There's a fundamental problem here, people. We are in trouble. And her own tragedy is just symptomatic of that problem. But I feel so bad for her. I feel bad for her that today maybe I would have visited her family, but I have to be in court. So, again, my condolences. But Nigeria happened to her. Nigeria has been doing people dirty everywhere. And our own case came to the surface because she's a member of the elite class. As we are speaking, they are killing people in droves in Kwara State. Those ones don't even hear from the police or army. They have been left on their own. The people of Zamfara have been left to their fate. People of Kaduna have been left to their fate. Katsina left to their Benue left to their fate. Kidnappers are riding roughshod. Because, again, your leaders have more interest in trivial things than substance. The people that should be prosecuted by the DPP are the people who are engaging in banditry and terrorism. But the DPP will probably be one of the people meeting with them in Zamfara.
Yes.
And taking selfies with them. That's what they do with bandits. If I were to be a dangerous, terroristic person, they will come and negotiate with me.
Yes.
They won't bring me to court. So that's
Please, let's correct this impression, because I know that some people will now go and my name is Maxwell. I'm a part of the Lego team. Let's put the record straight. I know that small time some people will now write that Sowore is running away from being arraigned. No, the law is clear. The law says that for you to arraign somebody, you must serve the person with the charge or charges, and the person has 3 days. That is abject. Then on the constitution section, that is an adequate time and the facility for him to put himself to order. That one is on that. Then secondly, and we also want to advise Mr. President, you can't continue like this, because you have arraigned preferred charges against Sowore simply because he called your name. You, Mr. President, have you forgotten I and you called Jonathan name during the time of Occupy Nigeria? They are in Lagos. We carried Jonathan coffin, and Jonathan never arrested any of us. Jonathan never preferred charge against any of us. Why should their own be different? I'm highly disappointed. I don't know those who are advising you. Please, as a matter of urgency, discontinue this charge and face what is facing you. This is a distraction, and you cannot distract us. We are following you. We must criticize you. Go to the villages and see how people are mocking you. The other disaster that died, that called himself president, he died and Nigerians were jubilating. I'm talking about President Muhammad Buhari. Nigerians were jubilating. What shall you be remembered for? That you asked DPP to come and prosecute a funny charge against Sowore. Mr. President, why didn't you go for civil litigation? Why didn't you file action for defamation and claim millions? Is Sowore under civil immunity? So the point we are making is that please terminate, withdraw these charges, and concentrate in ruling Nigeria.
I just want to correct one quick thing. You said you are following him. I'm not following Tinubu.
I'm following his,
Okay.
his policies.
I'm not following his policies. I don't follow his footsteps.
No, not his footsteps. Not his footsteps. I said we are following him. Whatever the guy got it from. If you go outside and lie, we challenge it.
Yeah. But the other part is that two things. If this charge proceeds after arraignment, the president must be willing to come as my witness. Yes, I'm not going to use God as my witness. I want to use him as my witness that my statements are correct. Even if you go the civil route, truth is a justification.
Of course.
I will justify everything I've said about anybody who is in position of authority in Nigeria. I've been around long enough to be able to say this confidently. So guys, thank you so much. We still have 2 other pending cases. Three different suits came out today in one court. The first one, of course, was their fake trial. This time, the DSS didn't even have the courage to come to court. They went and kidnapped the DPP to come and represent them, who lied in court that had been served, only for the judge to point to him that there's no service. But when they served me, they realized that the law says that I must be given enough time to prepare for my trial, even though there's no trial here. So we also had sued Facebook and Twitter not to remove my comment on Tinubu.
Your post.
So my post and comment, whatever it is called. So we heard those 2 other cases and they have been adjourned. So the court granted us order to serve Twitter and Facebook. Interestingly, Facebook was in court. So we have served Facebook. And they understand the sentiment of the court that they should not do anything to my post. Because that post is sacrosanct. It's very important, even though it has already gone viral. So the second one, of course, is against Twitter. Twitter was not represented in court, but Twitter had already contacted me that they don't say anything wrong. They didn't say they didn't say anything wrong, but they said they are looking at the post. And that has been about a month ago. And by the way, the post is doing very well on Twitter. Yes. The interesting thing about these people is that sometimes you put something out there and many people will not see it. But they themselves will now use, as they say in Nigeria, they will now carry their hand to go and bring the thing out. Now the whole world has seen that post. And like I said, we are happy to announce that the post is doing very well. And it basically says Tinubu is a criminal because he went to Brazil to go and lie that there's no longer corruption in Nigeria. But you know what has followed that? There's been a lot of controversy. The DSS got itself involved. The police also wanted to get involved. Everybody is trying to get involved. When the DSS and police could not satisfy Tinubu, they now push Wike to go and get involved.
The land grabber.
The land grabber got himself involved. As you know, the story is for another day. But if he were to be advised, I think he wouldn't have gotten involved in this particular one. That's why people should be careful with alcohol. It's not good for your health. Yes. But there's no crime in calling a thief a thief. We also have a struggle that we've been following up with, which is with our retired policemen, who deserve a better life. They've given their entire life to this country, 35 years. But what the country gave them in return is poverty, misery, and diseases. So we have been fighting with them, and we'll join them at in front of the National Assembly briefly in solidarity with their struggle. Most importantly, which is important for Nigerians. All these struggles you are seeing is not for the sake of we are not catching cruise. It's because we want to liberate this country. That's why we are involved in this struggle. And this is their own pushback because they know this country must be liberated. And there's nothing they can do about it. The liberation we are asking for Nigeria also includes people in the DSS, in the police force. We have been saying it forever that we are fighting for. When police come and shoot us, the first thing we tell them, we are fighting for you. Have we not done it now? We fought a battle in front of the police headquarters the other day. 29,000 policemen were promoted in one day. Some of them had never been promoted for 8 years. Then another 4,000 senior officers from ASP to whatever were promoted. But our position is that that's not enough. They must be given very powerful conditions of service. It should not be that you have a police force that have vehicles that are not secure to the point that they can be stolen from the force headquarters, which is a shame. And that is why we have called on the Nigerian government to sack the Inspector General of Police with immediate effect. The man has retired and he's tired. He's no longer a police officer. And he's no longer a police officer. Anybody, it's just like saying that one of these retired policemen that are protesting now, you're not going to bring them back and give them uniform and gun. It's illegal. Yes. That's the simple argument here, which Barrister Okpara here has made the argument that nobody can impeach the argument. You can only be the IG of police in Nigeria if you are a police officer.
If you cease to be a police officer,
you cannot be IG. That's the law. So, thank you everyone for coming always. Amen. And thank you to the people of Nigeria for partially waking up, you know. As I always say, Nigerians are difficult to wake up because they are pretending to be asleep. That's the problem. And nobody can wake somebody up if he's pretending to be asleep. They are different. So that's our submission.
Senior Commissioner, sorry sir, please. For your information, you see, we continue to plead with judiciary. Please, if you watch the people that have been talking, trying to criticize the government, they have shut them down because of one thing or the other. So they have looked for a way to shut Senior Comrade Sowore down. They cannot. So they decided to come to judiciary. Please, we are begging the judiciary, don't allow yourself to be used as an instrument to clamp people down. We can't continue like this. There is no country that will develop where everybody is keeping quiet.
We cannot continue.
Yes, because now that Sowore is the only voice now shouting, so we need to encourage him. If you feel that Sowore has defended your character, fight civil action. Stop using my money. Last week I told you, last month I paid over 300,000, over 800,000 for tax, and you cannot be using my taxpayers' money and be prosecuting, chasing shadows.
Did you pay to the FCT?
Yes.
That's what they're using to buy alcohol now.
Yes. Now, you see what is happening in Kaduna, Zamfara. We have a lot of issues there. I can tell you the terrorists that have been prosecuted here, junior officers, sometimes they give coppers fire. But when it has to do with Sowore, they ask DPP to come. What are you trying to achieve? So that you want to clap, so that nobody will speak again. This is just the genesis. Just like I said the other day, Sowore has produced a lot of genius who can even do the work more than him. So trying to shut him down, you are just
waste of time.
You are just wasting your time. That is our own decision. Then what happened in court today? They were not prepared.
They can never be.
Ordinarily, Senior Comrade Sowore is not supposed to be here because he has not been served. But he had it and came to court and they served him. And they has 3 days to respond. So the adjournment is at their own instance, not us. So you need to capture that very well.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And just to add briefly,
yes, sir.
The new clause of this charge remains and will permanently remain whether the president lied in faraway Brazil that there is no longer corruption in Nigeria. It will remain the nucleus of this matter until that is determined. And you know the answer. Do we still have corruption in this country?
Oh, yes.
It has increased. It has increased.
It is a matter of common knowledge that the court should take judicial notice of. You do not need to lead an evidence to show that there is still corruption in Nigeria. So you embarrass the country by going to say far away in Brazil that there is no longer corruption in Nigeria, when in fact the corruption has skyrocketed.
Yes.
We are still demanding for an apology from him. He should apologize and rather put up steps to curb the corruption in this country. The corruption is alarming.
Too much.
And we want it to be brought to an abrupt end.